You're watching ZTV.
Hello, dear ones. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope this video will be a blessing to you. I just want to share something with you really quickly. I was praying for I am praying for some breakthrough and a specific thing that I need to have happen. And so I've been keeping track of it by making these little letters that spell out breakthrough, will eventually spell out breakthrough. So what I was doing is when I started praying, I told the Lord, okay, this is what I need to happen. Came into covenant agreement with him for these things to come to pass. And then every time I made a step, every time I got a little bit further, every time I got a confirmation from him that I was heading in the right track for the thing that I needed, I would make this little marker sort of to give me a visual guide to keep going. You know, a lot of times we don't persevere in prayer, and I talk about this all the time, but it's because it's important. You know, when I think back to 2012 when I was warring and fighting for Zane, it would have been so easy to give up because I didn't have anything in the natural that said I was going to be able to get custody of my son again, you know, and I was really struggling trying to just get money together to get an attorney and things like that. And it's like every time I tried, something would shut it down and it just wouldn't come to pass. But I continued to press through in prayer, press through in prayer, press through in prayer, believing and waiting and expecting the Lord. And he kept showing me steps by step, dreams, confirmation, just getting me a little bit closer so that I didn't give up. And then eventually I got a confirmation from him in prayer, and then the confirmation came in the natural because that's how things follow. So as I've been praying for this thing right now in my season of prayer, I've been keeping track, and every time I get a little bit closer to my breakthrough, to my answer, I make a little, this is like a memorial marker. And then by the time I have those last two letters over there, that's going to tell you I'm going to have the manifestation of what I've been praying for. So these things I don't usually keep right here on this little panel that I have. I usually just put them on my mirror so that I can see them because it helps me focus. I know what I'm looking for. Every time I look at that, I'm like, ooh, I'm so close. I'm not going to give up. I'm so close. I'm not going to give up. So do whatever you have to do to make sure that you receive every promise of God. If you need a visual, make a visual. If you need somebody, you know, to keep you accountable, or if you need a prayer partner, get a prayer partner. Do whatever you have to do. You know, I love to pray with other people, but I also know how difficult it is to find a reliable prayer partner. So I am somebody who I will just go and I will press in and go and press in and do what has to be done to get what I need because I know God is faithful. I know he's able and I know he's willing. You know, it just takes me, you know, moving forward in faith, and I'm willing to do that no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes. So I just want to share with you this little process that I've gone through, and that I hope that it will encourage you, inspire you, and lead you to fight and go for those breakthroughs. They will really bless you. You know, in addition to these things, they're just little post-its, and you see I have my little different colors, but that's because from being in first grade, you know, that little teacher stuff in me comes out every once in a while. But and see my Denalian, do 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 do. But what you do, what you have to do to get your prayers answered. You know, on my mirror, I'm not real concerned about what I look like when I'm first waking up in the morning. So on the bedroom mirror, I have post-its of scriptures and reminders and prayer requests and all that stuff up on the tops, all over it, so that when I look at that, I am going right into prayer as opposed to just getting up, waking up in the morning and seeing what I look like. You know, that's where my focus is. My focus is on the word. My focus is on the Lord. My focus is on, you know, making sure that I stay diligent in prayer and that I continue to seek, ask and knock, ask, seek, knock for all those things that I desire of him. You know, it says it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And he also says, I will withhold nothing from those who walk uprightly. So as long as you can focus on what you want, then, you know, he'll give it to you. And that's true. He told me that in prayer the other day. I'm in this 90 days of fourth watch prayer. So one of the things that he told me when I was listening the other day is he said, focus. You know, and then he said, what is it that you want? And it was such a wonderful thing when the Lord shows up and asks things like that, because number one, he's telling you, you know, you pick something because I'm about to give it to you. You know, that's just awesome that he does that. And I love it. And I told him, okay, you know, let me get it together. Let me focus. Let me stop praying, you know, all over these things, and let me focus on one thing. And I know how important that is. Like, people don't get it. Dr. Mike Murdock, our mentor, always says broken focus is why people fail. And I can totally get that, because even, you know, in my prayer time, like, I'm seeking the Lord for some specific things, and not even very many things, just 3 things to tell you the truth. And then he says to me, focus. What do you want? let's work on that and let me get that to you. And then we'll move to the next thing. That's how the Lord is. It says line upon line, precept upon precept. You do a little bit of time, focus, pick something that you need right now from the Lord. Focus on that, get that, and then move to the next thing. I'm telling you, when you start to have those prayers answered, your faith is going to build and it's going to be awesome. And you'll just be moving forward, because once you start to see that, how faithful he is in answering prayers, and once you get in a system and a rhythm with him, then you just start asking for bigger and bigger things, and he keeps showing up in greater and greater fashion. And then before you know it, the abundant life is all over you. And then people are saying, well, how did that happen for you? How did that happen for you? Can you show me? Can you teach me? Can you write a book? Can you do this? And then bam, there you go. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Please go to zwriteswords.org homepage and listen to the podcast that's up available there. I have tons of videos on YouTube, 300 and something videos. Z 7 is the channel name, or the website if you go to youtube.com/Z 7. And I have a pre-order for a book that's up on, if you click on the bookstore link, you can pre-order my next book. It's a follow-up to My Money Grows on Trees. It's going to bless you. It's a really good book. It's something that I've never written before. It's like really involved and a longer process than anything I've ever written before. Just like tons of revelation, like a ridiculous amount of revelation, that the Lord has downloaded in a very short amount of time. And it's really cool because the book, I just connected it a couple days ago, that the book was, part of a prophecy that I was getting given back in May 1st, 2012. So it's just wonderful to see the Lord bringing all these things together and the way he's manifesting things, and just, it's an exciting time to be alive. And I hope that you are, rejoicing every day because he made it and he's worthy. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.